What is happening? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back another not so mediocre episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we give our reactions, unboxing, and reviews of all things pop culture. So if you've been here before, thank you. But if this is your first time, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as we're on our way to 1,000 by the end of the year. We're waiting to get to that next milestone of 750 before that giveaway, and right now we're sitting at 625. So we're getting there. We're getting close. I know we can hit it probably mid-October. I think we'll probably get there, but I can get there with y'all's help. So with that, we're going to go and meet with something. We're going to go unbox something that's more than meets the eye. And is it like prime beef or prime real estate or just prime? And so that's a little hint. So let's take a look at it. And here it is. We got Transformers Legacy Evolution Nova Prime. I am really excited about this guy. There's two things that get me about a bot. If they have swords, if they have really big guns, well, three things, and if they have wings. And this one has wings. So if you don't know much about Nova Prime, let me give you a little bit of history on him. My history is a little bit like drunk history. Some of it's true, but mostly made up. So Nova Prime is a prime for way back in Cybertron's earlier days. And his belief system was, hey, you know what? We're the superior race, so let's go conquer planets and stuff, yada, yada, yada. Let's fast forward a little bit. He ends up going into the Dead Universe, and then he has all of his friends that help him out in the Dead Universe, people like Jahaxis, Galvatron, and some others and things like that. And yeah, so he's mainly a lot of comic book lore. I believe he was in the video game Transformers Devastation, but you've seen him in and out in some things. But he is definitely a prime, but he's not necessarily the good prime that we've all grown up with. This is Nova Prime. And so if you take a look at this box, really love it. You can kind of see the Senate Hall, and there's some fighting going on there. And then the side, more stuff. The back, 20 easy steps, 13 steps this way, 18 steps for all sorts of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to be doing here, but this looks very, very cool. So I can't wait to take a look at it. As you can see, we got the BFGs right there and the wings and all sorts of cool stuff. And then this side, some more of the Senate and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get this baby out of the box. Transform. Here he is out of the box and onto my table. Hopefully not camouflaged with my white table. Actually, my off yellow whitish table with all the messiness of it. But here is Nova Prime out of the box. And the first thing I got to say about it, first of all, this looks awesome. This looks very awesome. I love the fact that it's all combined, ready to show you, hey, this is what it can look like. I think this looks very, very cool. And then we'll go over it in depth a little bit too as well. But the one thing I have to say is about the packaging. Although I am not a fan of the all no plastic, I think the unboxing experience in this one, I'm going to give this a pretty top notch, because it opens like this and then it has it all in here. I mean, I think it felt a little more, I wouldn't say premium, but it felt better than what I've opened in Hasbro's previous packaging. But let's bring back in Nova Prime. So some things you get the instructions, of course. You get all sorts of guns. So there's a gun there, very cool, nice molding. It is hollow on the inside here, which okay, whatever. You also get this gun, which is very cool. So you have plenty of guns. You get these pieces here, which I don't know what they're for yet, but we will find out. And these pieces here, which I don't know what they're for, but we will find out. And then you get the robot itself. Now, of course, I'm sure he can separate from his trailer and stuff, and so he's a robot within a shell. But you know what? This is a very cool shell on this. And so let's just first take a look at him and kind of tell you from a Nova Prime standpoint how tall he is from the Jimmy G official ramen scale. So we got 3 ramen packets there. another 3. I don't know if I have enough ramen packets. And so we got one more. It's going to take one more ramen packet right there that I do not have. Jimmy, you got hungry and you ate that ramen packet and we don't have enough. But that's how many ramen packets high so far that we're at on it, and we can go one more on this. So pretty high on the ramen scale. So that is a lot of import sodium that you're going to put in your body. But let's bring him in for a closer look and just take a look at that face. That face looks very cool. I love the sculpt on it. Let me see if I can lift this up just a hair more, just so we can get in. Excuse me for the sniffles. My allergies are acting up like crazy, and I've been sneezing my head off. But there we go. Yeah, nice. There we go. We can see it a bit better. So, yep, that face right there looks really, really cool. I love the horns. I'm a sucker for horns. And then the blue eyes on that too as well. So not necessarily evil, just believes that the Cybertronians are the superior race. Love the wings here. It's almost like angelic. So like I picture like in the Transformers movie, once Prime died, this may be what he would look like if he was going to heaven, to Transformer Autobot heaven. He would have his wings and be part of the Transformer heavenly hosts. But some more details. I like the gold accents, the white, and then of course you have the gray, but the gold accents really do stick out. Hands do not open. That's kind of a bummer. That would have been cool to have some fingers a little bit, but that's okay. And then there to the feet, but just overall very cool. Love the wings, love it all. I think it looks great. So from the side you can kind of get a more side angle there. We'll kind of maybe just throw them on his back rotisserie style so you can kind of take a better look. I believe, people can correct me if I'm wrong, is this a retool of the Siege Ultra Magnus or the Galaxy Convoy Optimus? I'm not for sure. Some people who are smarter than me will probably let me know in the comments. So please let me know in the comments about this one here. I would love to know. There is the back. What's cool is this kind of reminds me a little bit of the SDF-1 from Robotech. If you haven't watched Robotech, that's kind of cool. But you're cool anyways, regardless if you watched it or not. But I would encourage you to watch it. There it is from this side. You got all sorts of little cool details in the molded plastic, and then we bring them back to the front on here. So from an articulation standpoint, you do have the head that does go all the way around. The arm, you get to go up. You get to move it out like that, like so. The problem you run into, now the advantage of wings is it looks cool. The problem you have with wings is you can't go far back on that, but you do have the 90-degree elbow, and then the hands do rotate as well. Waist-wise, no ab crunch, but you do have a waist swivel, which will go 360 on that. I won't go all the way through that, but it will go 360. Legs, you can almost get the Jean-Claude Van Damme out of it. You do have the twist there a little bit, and then you do have that ratcheted. Oh, I love the ratchet sound. So you can go forward, go back a little bit because this gets in the way right here. So you can go back just a little bit, and then from a knee bend, you do get 90 degrees of knee bend on that, and you can go out wide like so. And then the feet, you do have, looks like you do have an ankle tilt, or it's just tilted. I guess not. Maybe you don't. So, oh yeah, you do. So yeah, you do have a little bit of that tilting action there. So let's get him back standing up. Now, the interesting thing about this, again, it's a robot inside a shell, kind of like Ultra Magnus is. So you do have kind of a secondary option to play with this guy too as well. You look at him; he's like all happy. Oh, why am I all scooty weird there? I don't know. He's like, come on, stand right. Well, let me get him standing back up, and let's get him compared to some other bots really quick. Here we have that motley crew of robots. Of course, we have Nova Prime right here, so you can see how it kind of compares to, we got Megatron from Armada, Ultra Magnus, I believe from Siege. It's either Siege or Earthrise. I don't know. I don't remember which one I had on that. Then we have, of course, Optimus Prime from Earthrise, New Ages Optimus Prime, the Core Class Optimus Prime, and, of course, the Deluxe Class Sideswipe from the Netflix War for Cybertron on that. So that's how he compares to other robots. So without further ado, let's get him into the transformation. So let's say go. That's Victory Saber saying, but let's transform him now. He's transformed into the regular robot. I fooled y'all. I didn't get him in vehicle mode yet. I wanted to show you the other mode you can put him in. Of course, as you know, the Nova Prime stuff is just a shell. So again, here's the parts here. This is all that will form the trailer eventually. All the parts, the Nova Prime head right there, all the things will form the trailer, but now you have the guts on here. I won't go much into articulation on this because it's pretty much identically the same. Just the only thing is now you have more range of movement because you don't have the wings on. What I do love is the flexibility that you can peg the gun here. You can put it in his hands. One thing I thought would be cool, because I noticed there's pegs everywhere on this guy, is if I take this gun off and I put it up here. Oh, that kind of looks cool, right? You know, nice little shoulder cannon going there. Or we take this gun and we got some pegs back here that we can kind of do like this. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Like so, you know, if I want to put it like that. And we got a little smokestack, or I can have it on the other side, and it's almost like he has more wings again. That's kind of cool. But if we take a closer look, you can kind of get a look at that face, just like that Optimus Prime mold, pretty much there. Just like with the Ultra Magnus, it's just like I said, a robot within a shell on this. But again, love the look, love the overall Cybertronian feel. The gold accents look really, really good on this, and not too tough. This part right here, back here, I mean, these two pieces kind of parts form in the back, and then you kind of lift it up so it kind of looks like a cool little trailer dude there. But you can kind of see just from a comparison, we'll bring in Optimus, so pretty much the same size there, and that size aspect is 3 or 4, about 5 ramen packets high there. So that's how, according to the official ramen scale, we got there on Nova Prime. But overall, again, this is very cool. But of course, the reason you get this is so you can put them in this mode right over here, not necessarily keep them in this mode. Now, you could always get multiples and have them all in different, I know some people like to do that, but I don't have an unlimited budget, so I'm going to keep him in his best mold, which is the Nova Prime mold. But now we shall get him transformed into truck mode. So truck mode now. Truck mode, here he is in truck mode. Got everything put back together because we got ourselves a convoy right here, my friends. We got Rubber Duck on the road going after everyone. So he is a Cybertronian truck. That's what he is. Here's my personal opinion. Most everyone is entitled to their opinions. I do not like the Cybertronian trucks that much. I mean, they're very angular. I just don't think this looks cool like this. He looks cooler as his robot. But, I mean, he's got guns. He got his big guns. Got guns there. Got guns there. But can roll. This part right here, I'm having a little trouble with on the back end because it's not sitting flush on the ground. So I just need to play with it a little bit. I probably did something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I probably did it. I know, and me, I did it. But the cool thing is these guns peg in. There's other parts that you can kind of peg those guns in if you want to too. This part bugs me. So if you kind of look at the side, it's just like waffly right there. You know, they could have done something else. Maybe put like Bob's transmission or Mayfield milk truck or whatever, you know, Cybertronian Nova Prime's chicken nuggets, you know, whatever. So to make this look a little bit better, and hopefully Toy Hacks comes out with something that kind of just purdies this up a little bit. But I mean, he's white. He's a truck. That's what he is. He's a Cybertronian truck. This gappy piece right here, don't like that too much either. So from an alt mode, you know, he's not my favorite. Not my favorite at all. Whereas other alt modes look really, really great. This one I don't think looks good at all. I do not like. No likey. But, I mean, some of y'all prefer it, some of y'all don't. I just don't prefer this truck on that. So, but let's take a closer look here. So there's the front of the truck. There is the side of the truck. There is the butt of the truck. There is the top. And see, you can kind of see, you know, it's just all sorts of opened up in there. Yeah. Anyway, there's the bottom of the truck. But yeah, that is him. So he will not stay in this mode. He will go in other modes. But let's see what he looks like compared to some other trucks. And here you can see him. This is my top-down view. So you see him with Core Class Wheelie. There we got Nova Prime. We got Velocitron Scourge. And then Kingdom Rodimus Prime. And so from a scale standpoint, again, it doesn't quite fit really well. I mean, these two may be really good. Rodimus is way, way too big there. But as y'all know, this is mainly here for robot mode, not alt mode. For me, it's robot mode. Some of y'all might like alt mode, robot mode for me there. So let me get back down here with my camera so we can kind of see. Sorry about all the jumpiness. Oh no, look up and look down upon the peasants. And so let's move Scourge out of the way. Let's kind of bring this in because we didn't get him into the ramen length. We got about 2.5 ramen lengths there for Nova Prime. But that is him in truck mode. So let's get back together for some of my final thoughts on Nova Prime. And let me get him back into the mode I really like him in. So let's do it. Welcome back to my final thoughts about Nova Prime. So let's bring him in. So I got him back into the mode that I think I will probably keep him in, with his BFGs just kind of underneath there, just ready to do business there, and his other guns just pegged in down here on the bottom. One of the things I forgot to do was bring these out to kind of help support his balance and things like that. But let's take a closer look at that face again. There's my guns. You want to play? Okay, let's play. Say hello to my little friends. So, he is my Scarface. So, I mean, he is wearing a white suit, so he can be kind of Miami Vice-like, right? So, let's start with bot mode. Like this mode the best. I think this looks friggin' awesome. I mean, it's very angelic looking with the wings. So this could be my Optimus Prime who has gone to heaven after the movie when he died. Or this is Nova Prime ready to conquer the known universe. But the colors, the things like that, I really like. I hope DNA comes out with some kind of upgrade kit to give me some fingers that fing, and maybe help out with this part right here. Is the backpack stuff right here. This just looks ugly, but I'm going to show them this way. Not this way. We're not going to see this side. However, I mean, you know, a good craftsman pays just as much attention to the back as they do the front, right? So maybe we'll get something that kind of helps that out. But bot mode is on a scale of good, bad, awesome would be friggin' awesome. This is friggin' prime choice steak awesome. So from a transformation, very easy to transform for me. A couple things were a little tricky. I need to figure out the wheels on the back because they were kind of popped up. So I know I have something misaligned. So I'll get that figured out if I ever want to put them back into alt mode. But that brings me into my third point. Alt mode. Me no like the Cybertronian truck alt mode, because I mean it's just too looks like just cobbled together. I don't know what kind of truck I know he's a Cybertronian truck, but what is he supposed to be doing? But you could just see there's a lot of gappiness in the alt mode. With this part was your side of the truck, so like I said, maybe like Prime's milk or whatever, like that way he's a milk truck, then he delivers milk to all the Cybertronians in the entire planet. But I would like to see this cleaned up right here. So whatever they can do to do that would be great. But alt mode, on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I would give alt mode, I would say it's bad. I hardly ever say something's bad, but I just do not like alt mode on Nova Prime. Plain and simple. That's my opinion. Some of y'all may like it, that's okay, but for me, it's not my jam. Not my jam. Typically with Cybertronian futuristic looking stuff, I mean, I really like it, but this one just is not doing it for me. It just isn't. It's just like meh, all that. So I'm quickly like transform back into this, because it will be the way he kind of looks. I mean, very almost Gundam like too as well, right? But yeah, Nova Prime, who thought he was right in his own eyes and just ends up being just wrong and evil and bad, but bad in the form of like what Magneto is bad, right? Believes in certain things but goes around it the wrong way. But yeah, on a scale, if you average all that out for good, bad, awesome, this would be a good figure. But I think it pushes it to awesome for me if you plan on keeping him in this mode. If you plan on converting him frontwards and backwards, I think it's just good. Now, for the price you pay for it, I think it was like $60, maybe it was 55 or 60. I would expect a better alt mode, but again, Toy Hacks could do some stuff to really pimp this out a little bit. I think that would make it look really cool. I'm not really good at putting those labels on, so I may stay pure to it. Again, no faction stickers, because again, this is pre-faction, so there was no alignment. Not pre-faction. There was just not an alignment there. So this isn't like, hey, I'm an Autobot. This was like, I'm a Prime, and y'all gonna follow me as we conquer the world and as we conquer the known galaxy. But I would love to see him in movies and stuff like that, or cartoons. But right now, mainly you see him in comic books. But yeah. There we go. That's it. That's my review on Nova Prime. So tune in next time when we review something else, good, bad, or awesome. And so until then, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome with Prime Choice Nova Prime Milk Truck. I will deliver by wings, because I drink Red Bull and it gives me wings. It gives it to me. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.